Have you ever felt like life throws nothing but roadblocks your way? Like every time you try to move forward, you hit another wall. Maybe you're facing a tough personal setback, a career challenge, or just that nagging feeling that things aren't going your way. It's easy to feel defeated, isn't it? To see these obstacles as proof that your goals are out of reach, or that you're simply not good enough. But what if I told you that every single one of those obstacles, every setback, every failure, every moment of adversity, isn't a barrier to your success, but the very path to it? What if the biggest challenge you're facing right now holds the precise lesson, the exact strength, or the hidden opportunity you need to truly thrive? This isn't just wishful thinking. They realized that life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. They mastered the art of transforming roadblocks into stepping stones, pain into purpose, and despair into determination. And today, we're going to unlock their timeless wisdom, equipping you with powerful Stoic strategies to not just endure adversity, but to embrace it and use it as your ultimate advantage. What stands in the way becomes the way. It says it advances action and becomes the way. This is a radical reframe of how most of us approach problems. We instinctively see obstacles as negatives, as detours, as interruptions to our progress. It's an opportunity to practice your virtues, to test your resolve, to discover strengths you didn't even know you possessed. Start seeing them as necessary ingredients for your growth, as opportunities provided by life itself to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Then, immediately follow it with a thought. This is not happening to me. This is happening for me. This an opportunity. Don't just say it. Feel it. What opportunity might this present? What hidden lesson? What chance to practice patience, flexibility, or creativity? The moment you embrace this reframe, the obstacle stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that happens for you. It's no longer a wall, but a ladder. And when you stop fighting it, you free up an immense amount of mental and emotional energy that was previously consumed by resistance, resentment, and regret. He understands that the wind, no matter its direction or strength, is the very force that propels his ship. He adjusts his sails, he changes his course, and he uses that powerful force to his advantage. It's the ultimate form of acceptance, leading to profound inner peace. When you genuinely love your fate, you become unshakable, because nothing that happens can truly defeat you. This is the art of controlling your internal judgments, ensuring that you only give your assent, your agreement, or belief to what is true, rational, and helpful. The feeling comes from the judgment we attach to that impression. This means that an obstacle doesn't inherently make you angry, sad, or defeated. Your judgment that the obstacle is bad, unfair, or impossible is what generates those emotions. My presentation is ruined. I'm incompetent. This always happens to me. It simply becomes another ingredient in your unique, evolving story. He has a kind of amor fati for the weather, knowing it is inextricably linked to his journey. It's not the obstacle that determines the outcome. It's their discipline of ascent, the judgments they apply to that obstacle. The one who applies rational, empowering judgments will find the way through, or even the way forward because of the obstacle. The one who applies fatalistic, negative judgments will be stuck. This energy can then be redirected toward productive action, problem solving, and growth. Ask yourself, what judgment am I making about this event? This traffic jam is happening. Then challenge that judgment. Is there a more objective, neutral, or empowering way to view this? Practice detaching your identity from the event. I am not this traffic jam. What will I choose to think and do about it? Amor fati says, this happened. This simple pause, this act of withholding assent from unhelpful judgments, is your superpower. Part 4. Obstacles as virtue training. Building unshakable character. Did you experience a painful breakup? It's an opportunity for courage to pivot quickly and seek new avenues. It's a call for wisdom to analyze what went wrong and learn for the future. If obstacles are the way, and if we can choose our judgments about them, then what exactly are they the way to? For the Stoics, the answer was clear. Obstacles are the way to virtue. It's an opportunity for justice. Can you assess the criticism fairly, separating truth from falsehood without retaliating? Resilience, honesty, compassion. It's a chance to display courage by not letting it crush your spirit, but instead using it as an opportunity for self-reflection. Every time you face a difficulty and respond with patience, integrity, perseverance, or clear judgment, you're not just getting through the obstacle, you're growing stronger. Ask yourself, which virtue is life asking me to practice right now? Is it patience? Then, focus your energy on acting in alignment with that virtue, regardless of the external outcome. This shifts your focus from the uncontrollable result to your controllable effort and character. You're becoming more virtuous. And a more virtuous person is, by Stoic definition, a more tranquil and flourishing person. The obstacle doesn't just become the way to your external goal. It becomes the way to becoming a better you. It's a call for wisdom to process your emotions rationally and to remember the impermanence of all things. It's an opportunity for justice in how you treat yourself and others during this difficult time. They are the essential training ground for building an unshakable, resilient, and truly flourishing character. They actively welcomed challenges because they understood that these were the very things that forged character. They saw discomfort not as something to avoid, but as a necessary tool for training their resilience. They didn't fear failure. They saw it as feedback, a chance to learn, a workout for their moral muscles. To ask, is this judgment absolutely true? Is it rational? Is it helpful? It strips obstacles of their emotional power. Amor fati says, this is part of the process. If an obstacle is merely a neutral event until you label it as bad, then you hold the power to change its emotional impact. You can choose to see it as challenging, unexpected, or even interesting. A puzzle to solve, a test of your ingenuity. Life doesn't just give you opportunities for growth, forces you into them through its challenges. This is an opportunity to learn about yourself, to develop resilience, to deepen your understanding of relationships. Instead, you can choose to ascend to a more neutral or even empowering judgment. My computer crashed. This is an unexpected challenge. What is the next rational step I can take? Did you fail at a major project? This is a chance to refine your approach, to uncover flaws, to learn perseverance. It means you observe them, acknowledge them, and then consciously decide whether to identify with them and let them drive your actions. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. Part 3. The Discipline of Ascent. Mastering your perceptions, you decide what thoughts and beliefs you allow to take root. We wouldn't learn what we're truly capable of. It's not a dead end, but a pivot point. Without obstacles, we would remain weak, untested, and complacent. The next time something genuinely annoying happens, your phone battery dies, you spill coffee, you get stuck in a long line. Instead of reacting with frustration, pause. Whisper to yourself, amor fati. Then, find one small way to embrace or appreciate that moment. Maybe it's an unexpected break from distractions, a chance to practice patience, or just a reminder of how fortunate you are when things usually go smoothly. Gradually, you can apply this to larger challenges. We wouldn't grow. We complain about them, we avoid them, we let them demoralize us. But the Stoics saw them differently. They saw them as essential. It means not just accepting what happens to you, not just enduring it, but actually loving it, all of it. They understood that adversity isn't an exception to the rule. It is the rule. It's precisely the opposite. It's an active, affirmative stance toward life, an embrace of its entirety. Think of it as a deep, unwavering trust in the unfolding of events. He pounds it with a hammer. He quenches it in water. Understanding that everything that happens is either something you can control or something that is part of the grand, interconnected whole of the universe. The good, the bad, and the indifferent. Not merely bear what is necessary, Still, less conceal it all. Idealism is mendacity in the face of what is necessary, but love it. Why? Because life, by its very nature, is a series of challenges. To believe you can achieve anything significant without encountering difficulties is naive. To expect a smooth, unobstructed path is to set yourself up for constant disappointment and frustration. The Stoics embraced this reality. It as a profound truth at the heart of an ancient philosophy that has empowered countless individuals to turn life, as toughest moments into their greatest triumphs. Stoicism, he puts it in the fire. Why? To temper it, to strengthen it, to mold it into something useful and resilient. He doesn't complain about the fire or the hammer. These are the very tools of creation. For nearly 2,000 years, thinkers from emperors like Marcus Aurelius to former slaves like Epictetus understood something crucial about adversity, encapsulated in one of the most famous quotes from Marcus Aurelius: "The impediment to action advances action." In this comprehensive video, we'll explore what does he do with raw, unshaped metal. They are the friction that polishes us, the resistance that builds our spiritual muscle. If you want to build physical strength, you don't lift flimsy weights, you seek resistance. If you want to become a better problem solver, you don't avoid problems, you seek them out and grapple with them. So, lean in, because the obstacle is about to become your greatest ally. The radical reframe. Why obstacles aren't roadblocks, but necessary training grounds. Amor fati, cultivating a profound love for everything that happens, good or bad. The discipline of assent, mastering your perceptions to strip challenges of their power. Obstacles as virtue training. How every difficulty is an opportunity to build unshakable character. Practical application. How to implement these strategies in your daily life. Starting now, he doesn't complain about the wind. He doesn't wish for calm seas. By the end of this journey, you'll have a new lens through which to view your struggles, a powerful mindset to tackle any challenge, and the resilience to turn every impediment into your way forward. Because when you love it, you stop fighting it internally. Part 1. The radical reframe. Why obstacles are necessary training. Let's start with the central, most powerful idea of this entire philosophy. Think about that for a moment. It doesn't say the impediment prevents action, or the impediment blocks the way. Consider a blacksmith. Similarly, our obstacles are the fire and the hammer for our character. Every challenge you face is a training ground. So, the first Stoic strategy is to fundamentally shift your perspective. Stop seeing obstacles as unfair punishments or frustrating delays. Practical application for the next few days. Whenever you encounter a minor frustration or setback, a slow internet connection, a canceled appointment, a disappointing outcome, consciously identify it as an obstacle. Building on this radical reframe, we arrive at one of the most profound and challenging Stoic concepts, amor fati. This Latin phrase translates to love of fate. This isn't about being passive or resigning yourself to a miserable existence. Whenever you feel yourself reacting negatively to an event, pause. Nietzsche, a philosopher who greatly admired the Stoics, described it as, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati." That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Why would you want to love hardship? Consider a seasoned sailor. For us, amor fati means embracing everything that is handed to us by life as the raw material for our character. It's about seeing the universe as a benevolent teacher, where even the most painful lessons are ultimately for our highest good. Practical application. Start small. A crucial step in practicing both the obstacle is the way, and amor fati lies in what the Stoics called the discipline of ascent. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by events themselves, but by our opinions about them. For example, imagine you are preparing for a major presentation, and suddenly your computer crashes, and you lose hours of work. The impression, your computer malfunctioned, and the file is gone. The automatic judgment, this is a disaster. The resulting emotion, panic, anger, self-pity, despair. The discipline of ascent teaches us to pause between the impression and that automatic judgment, to interject a moment of critical thought. When your computer crashes, you can choose to withhold assent from the judgment, "This is a disaster." This doesn't mean you deny the reality of the situation or suppress your initial feelings. This practice is incredibly liberating. This is why two people can face the exact same difficult situation, and one crumbles while the other flourishes. Practical application. This is a moment practice. Now we bring it all together. Remember the 4 cardinal Stoic virtues. Wisdom, the ability to discern what is good, bad, and indifferent. Practical knowledge for living well. Justice, fairness, integrity, and acting rightly towards others and the community. Courage, facing fear, discomfort, and uncertainty with resolve and moral strength. Temperance, self-control, discipline, and avoiding excess. Every single obstacle you face presents a direct, immediate opportunity to practice and strengthen one or more of these virtues. Let's look at examples. Obstacle. A project you're working on unexpectedly gets canceled, wasting weeks of your effort. Opportunity for virtue. This is a chance to practice temperance over your disappointment and frustration. Obstacle. You receive harsh, unfair criticism from a colleague or superior. Opportunity for virtue. This is a direct test of your temperance. Can you control your anger or defensiveness? Obstacle. You are facing a significant personal loss, like the end of a relationship or the passing of a loved one. Opportunity for virtue. This is the ultimate test of courage, facing profound grief and pain with dignity. The Stoics didn't wish for an easy life. When you start viewing obstacles through the lens of virtue, you transform them from frustrating annoyances into valuable exercises. Practical application. When you face an obstacle, after identifying it and choosing your judgment. Part 5. Embodying the philosophy. Daily practices and mindset shifts. Understanding these concepts is one thing. Embodying them is another. Stoicism is a practical philosophy meant to be lived, not just studied. Here are some daily practices and mindset shifts to help you truly turn obstacles into advantages. Now, let's apply it specifically to obstacles. Start your day by consciously thinking about potential challenges. Not to invite them, but to prepare. A difficult conversation. How will I use it to practice my courage, my patience, my wisdom? This practice disarms the shock of unexpected events and primes your mind to see them as opportunities rather than catastrophes. You become proactive rather than reactive. A technical issue, a disagreement. 1. Morning priming. Premeditation of evils. We discussed premeditatio malorum earlier. What difficulties might I face today? If obstacle X happens, how will I respond with virtue? 2. Did I respond with anger, frustration, or calmly? Evening review. The journal of obstacles at the end of your day. Take a few minutes to review. What obstacles did I face today? How did I react? They build your inner fortitude, preparing you for larger, unavoidable obstacles. They cultivate a healthy disdain for ease and a love for productive struggle. Imagine losing your possessions, your health, your relationships. This practice fosters immense gratitude for what you do have in the present and reduces the shock when inevitable losses occur. It also highlights that your true worth isn't tied to external things, making you less vulnerable to obstacles that might threaten them. You realize your core self, your character, remains intact. If you lose your job, it's a dispreferred, indifferent. It's not inherently bad in the sense that it diminishes your character or worth. It's an external circumstance. The Stoic antidote is to focus almost exclusively on the process, on your effort, on your actions, and to detach from the ultimate outcome. If the outcome isn't what you hoped, you can still find peace in knowing you did your best, acted virtuously, and learned from the experience. The obstacle wasn't the failure. It was the opportunity to refine your process and prove your character. Why? Because the outcome is often outside your complete control. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with it. It's about transforming yourself into someone who doesn't just survive challenges, but thrives because of them. When you adopt the Stoic mindset, every impediment becomes a stepping stone. Every setback, a launch pad, and every struggle, a testament to your growing strength. It could be a missed deadline, a difficult conversation, a personal disappointment, or a frustrating daily occurrence. Now, for the next 72 hours, try to apply just one of the Stoic strategies we discussed today. You become anti-fragile. You don't just resist chaos. You get better because of it. Your effort, your strategy, your diligence. These are entirely within your control. They are waiting to reveal your strength. They are waiting to teach you, and how a seemingly negative event can be transformed into a source of growth and strength. And share it with someone who might be struggling with an obstacle right now. And I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me what obstacle you're going to reframe this week and which Stoic strategy you'll use. Let's conquer these challenges together. The obstacle is not just in the way. The obstacle is the way. And you, armed with these Stoic strategies, are now ready to walk it. They are waiting to show you who you truly are and who you are capable of becoming. Your journey forward isn't in avoiding them, but in confronting them head-on with wisdom, courage, and a profound acceptance. Your response to it, your courage, your perseverance, your integrity, that is where your true worth resides, and that is entirely within your control. Detaching from the outcome and focusing on your virtuous effort frees you from the paralyzing fear of failure. How could I have reacted more stoically? Which virtue was I meant to practice? What did this obstacle teach me? How did it make me stronger or wiser? Health, wealth, reputation, success, failure. These are preferred or dispreferred indifference. But they are not sources of genuine good or evil. Virtue is the only true good. Indifference to externals, the power of perspective. This reflective practice solidifies your learning and reinforces the virtuous habits. It's how you continuously sharpen your obstacle turning to advantage skill. 3. Remember, the Stoics considered most external things as indifferent, neither good nor bad in themselves. This perspective is crucial when facing obstacles. 4. Embrace discomfort, voluntarily seeking challenges. To truly internalize the obstacle is the way. Sometimes you need to voluntarily seek out small discomforts or challenges. Take a cold shower. These acts build resilience and demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of enduring and even thriving in the face of discomfort. Fast for a short period. Walk when you could drive. Engage in a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. 5. Negative visualization. Beyond just meditating on potential evils, actively visualize yourself without things you value. 6. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Many of us get bogged down by the fear of failure, leading to procrastination or paralysis. When you face a challenging task, focus on performing your part with excellence, applying your wisdom, courage, and temperance. You've now learned that the very things that seem to block your path are, in fact, your path. You've discovered how to radically reframe obstacles as necessary training for growth. Cultivate amor fati, a profound love for everything life presents. Master your internal world through the discipline of assent, controlling your judgments. View every difficulty as a direct opportunity for virtue training, building unshakable character. And integrate these insights into your daily life through practical, powerful exercises. This isn't about eliminating adversity from your life. That's impossible. The obstacles in your life are not waiting to defeat you. So, here's your challenge. Think about a recent obstacle you've faced, big or small. Can you consciously reframe it as an opportunity? Observe how your perspective shifts, how your emotional reaction changes. Can you practice amor fati towards it, loving it as part of your unique path? Can you apply the discipline of assent and challenge any unhelpful judgments you're making about it? Can you identify which virtue this obstacle is challenging you to practice? Choose one and truly commit to it. If this video has inspired you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom for modern challenges. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your obstacles become your greatest advantages.